Good morning, everybody, or good day to you. Today we're going to have a grammar lesson, A1.2 again, which is beginners, just above beginners. A1.1 is beginners, pre-intermediate. So this is a grammar lesson talking about the future. If you've been taking the other lessons, been looking at the other lessons, remember, when it's a future tense, we tend to use the verb will or going to make it future. So in this grammar lesson, we can correctly construct conditional sentences using if. Let me change my pen. Or we can talk about our own plans for the future in very simple terms. So let's move on to the lesson. So this is A1.2. I'm Tony from EFL Academy Hub.com. Please have a look at our website. Please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to our portal, which has courses and lessons. We also have free blogs on there. How it can help you with your English language. Also, as well, we have free lesson plans as well. So please have a look. Please subscribe. There's also a membership free plan as well. So let's start the lesson. So I'm going to read first of all. So I am optimistic that in this lesson you will have fun. If you are determined, you will learn a lot of new words. I hope that you will enjoy it. So the sentences below are all in active voice. They're active voice. Remember, active voice is subject, verb, object. Always subject, verb, object. The subject is doing the action. The subject is doing the action. So I am optimistic that in this lesson you will have fun. I being the subject, I being the pronoun. Performs, so it performs the action of being optimistic. Okay, am the verb, optimistic is the object. In the second sentence here, the second sentence, if you're determined, you will learn new words. The subject being you. Again, it's a pronoun. Remember, we have, and you can download this from our portal, our website, the 8 parts of speech. Remember the 8 parts of speech? Nouns, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, prepositions, conjunctions, interjections. So they're the 8 parts of speech, which are all the words in the English language, apart from articles, which are a, an, and the. So number 1, the subject you performs the action again. Performs the action. And number 3, I hope that you enjoy it. Again, I, pronoun. Me is a pronoun. You is a pronoun. Us, plural, is a pronoun, meaning two. Them, those, are pronouns, but they are plural pronouns. Okay, so I hope that you will enjoy it. So I do. I hope you'll enjoy this lesson. If you have any comments, please leave in the box for me. If you need to know anything, if I've made a mistake, we all make mistakes. It's good to make mistakes because we tend to learn by our mistakes. I'm making a mistake now. I don't really know how to use PTT, PowerPoint presentations that well, especially the recording. So if I make any mistakes or you want to ask me any questions, please. So we're going to move on to the first words of our future. So excited. We look at excited. What is the riding? Now, I've made a mistake there. Have I? Leave it in the comment box for me. Have I made a mistake? Should it be what is the riding? It doesn't sound very good, does it? It doesn't sound grammatically correct. So what mistake have I made there? I'm excited. The other sentence, I'm excited about my holiday next month. I am excited. So if we look here as well, I'm, what is this? Does anybody know what this is? Now this, I'm, is a short form word because within I'm, I stands for I am. We have an apostrophe. Sorry, it's a bit small, but we have an apostrophe. Now that apostrophe tells us it's a short form word. It tells us it's a short form word. So that short form word also tells us it's called a contraction. In grammar, the short form word is called a contraction. 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 And when we pronounce shun, TION, always pronounce it as shen. SHEN. If we find it hard to pronounce TION, a contraction, pronounce it as shen. 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 So, nervous. What is she doing? Can you tell me? What is she doing? When you're learning this by yourself, speak it. Don't just read it, okay? When you're learning our lessons plans, don't just read it inside your head. Please, please speak it as well, because then we are reading, speaking, and listening. So, nervous is an adjective. It describes, remember, the adjectives are one part of the 8 parts of speech. They describe things or someone. It describes a state of feeling, anxious, uneasy, or apprehensive. Apprehensive. 4 syllables there. There's 4 syllables and they all contain vowels. So apprehensive. If you find it hard to pronounce, break it down into little words. For example, in the sentence, she felt nervous before the exam. Nervous describes the subject, I. Describes the subject of I, which is a pronoun. Am, the verb, and nervous is the adjective about my exam next week, which is the object. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. So we've got nervous there. Determined, determined. Again, 3 syllables. Break it down if you don't fully understand how to pronounce the word. Determined. I am determined to run 10 kilometers. Kilometers is a European saying. In England, in Great Britain, we actually say, excuse me, the sun's coming in. We actually say miles per hour, not kilometers. We actually use miles per hour. So I am determined. Again, it is an adjective. Determined is an adjective. Pessimistic. Pessimistic. Sorry, pessimist. Pessimist. So this is just the word pessimist. So I am pessimistic. I am pessimistic. Do we know? Do we know the opposite of pessimistic? So here we have the opposite. Now we do know the opposite to optimistic, don't we? It was on the previous slide. So optimistic, happy. I am optimistic. I am positive in a way. Optimistic is another word for positive. So Again, when you read these sentences, read it out loud. So you're listening, you're reading, you're speaking. If there are any words you don't know within this lesson, write them down. So when you finish the lesson or in between while you're doing the lesson, find out the meaning of that word and then put that word into a sentence yourself. Write it. And by doing that, as I mentioned before, you have killed 6 birds with 1 stone because you've done grammar, reading, writing, listening, speaking, and you've learnt more vocabulary. So let's read this sentence. So an optimist thinks good things will happen in the future. A pessimist thinks bad things will happen in the future. Now, if we look here, an, A, do we know what these are? What are these called? What words are these called in the English language? Articles. Remember, articles are a, an, and the. Now, when do we use these articles? Well, we've got a separate lesson on articles on our portal, www.eflacademyhub.com. But I'll quickly mention how we remember articles. We use an in front of a vowel sounding word. A vowel sounding word. We use a in front of, it's just, it will come back to me. The word I'm looking for, I've just forgot. So there's 26 letters in the English alphabet, okay? We use, and 5 are vowels, and the other 21 is the word I've forgot, but I will come back within the lesson and tell you. And we use A in front of those 21 letters, okay, like B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, okay. I forget, I've just completely forgot, but it'll come back to me within this lesson. But if you know, again, write in the chat box for me, in the description box. And the in front of a specific pronoun. We use the in front, a consonant word. That's what I was thinking. A consonant word. We use the article a in front of a consonant word. Okay, the consonant being the letter consonant. So an in front of vowels, a in front of consonants. 26 letters in the English alphabet. The in front of in front of a specific noun. A specific noun. The United Kingdom. The United Kingdom. So how do you feel? Okay. Again, I'm not going to read this one, but again, just read them yourselves. Read them out loud. Okay. So let's find on this slide, we've got to find the opposite. Fill it in, write it, practice writing. So we find the opposite on this. So on this slide, what can you see in the picture? Describe it. Which one is it? Excited, nervous, determined? Once you've highlighted which one, write a sentence for me. Hope. Read the sentence. Speak the sentence. What is the verb in the sentence? Expect. Confident. 3 syllables. Confident. Little words, broken up into little words. Each has a vowel. Con, O, fi, I, dent, E. That's how we pronounce correctly. Read for me. Also read this. And give me the answer. Okay, so here he wants to, when he grows up, he wants to be an astronaut. What do you want to be when you grow up? You should be grown up by now. Tell me what you do. What is your industry you work in? Again, another slide to read for me. Within this slide, tell me what is the pronoun? There's two pronouns. My future. Are these active voice or are these passive voice? Remember, active voice, subject, verb, object. Passive voice, object, verb, subject. In active voice, does the action. In passive voice, the passive voice receives the action. Choose the correct option. So we've got a 50-50 here. So it's a 50-50. So am I confident or am I hope that the red team will win? If you're unsure, read it. Read each one. What sounds correct? Let's fill in the gaps. It looks a bit small, this. I think it will look a bit small, but you remember with the PowerPoints you can make them bigger. Okay, you can make them bigger. So fill in the gaps here. And you can also download. I've done them in PowerPoints rather than PDF. I should really do them in PDF, but sometimes I sell these to old teachers and peers, my peers as well, and you may want to change things yourself, okay? You may want to change things yourself because this license, once you've bought it, this license belongs to you. So we've matched the beginnings and the endings. So I am married, say. I am married. Subject, verb, object. If. Join. Soon. One day. If you notice through all these slides, they're future. What tells us the future? Can you remember what I told you at the start of the lesson? All future tenses have a particular verb. What is that particular verb? Can you see it? Write it down in the description box on it. Prediction. What we will predict. Might not happen. I predict my favourite team to win this weekend. Leeds United. My future. So if it rains this afternoon, I will use an umbrella. Look at the article. The article's in front of a vowel sounding word. U. A-E-I-O-U. A in front of a consonant word. Usually a consonant noun. Band. Okay. So A, band. B is a consonant letter. Consonant. What will you do if? If it is sunny, I will finish the sentences off for us. Read the sentences. This is a reading comprehension. So in the next slide, or on the next slide, should I say, there will be questions. So that reading comprehension means that. So read the sentence, read out loud. Any words we don't know, find out the meaning of those words. Remember, put those words into a sentence. Make a sentence. Again, read out loud for it. So choose the correct option, 50-50 again. Match the beginnings to the ending, another activity for you. And there we have. Congratulations. Well done on finishing the lesson. Remember, practice does make perfect. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please have a look at our website, eflacademyhub.com. There's plenty more to come. We've just launched it. It's a new concept. It will get bigger, trust me. So there's some great courses on there, which are payable courses, and we're trying to keep the price a minimum. And what we're doing at the moment, for the first quarter of our launch, we're having a huge discount. That won't last. For the first 3 months of our launch, which is a quarter, 25 is a quarter, remember, We're doing a great discount, so please join us. Take care. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Stay safe. Have a lovely weekend because it's Thursday today. I think it's the 6th of September. Wow, time fast flies. Time goes fast. Take care. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.